At this time, it is our pleasure to introduce the Mistress of Ceremony for this evening, Mel Madigan. Woohoo! What's the special coffee this season? What's the special coffee going on?
Let's see, creme brulee latte.
Creme brulee latte. Let's go get some.
Come to the bean
Woohoo!
and get a creme brulee.
All right.
All right. So hi, everybody. Welcome to the 57th Annual Shad Derby. Amazing for everybody to be here tonight. I'm just going to say a little something before we get the show started. I'll make it quick, I promise. But first I want to give a round of applause to the wonderful women that keep the Windsor Junior Women's Club active and nothing but positivity in our community. Doing all the events to raise funds needed for the local charities. Thank you for all you do, really. All right, it was an honor to be asked to be the MC tonight. I'm going on 5 years of living in this beautiful town, Windsor. Very, very blessed. The people in Windsor, I feel, believe in community, diversity, and helping one another, and I'm so proud that my wife and I live in such a beautiful place that we will forever call home and raise our son that we just had 2 months ago. So, yes. So I am way past my bedtime right now. So I love all you, because, yeah, I would be in bed like an hour ago. But it is so worth being here right now, so thank you. Some of you know that I run a local coffee shop in town here in Windsor called The Bean at 226. My dream ever since I was 18 years old was to live above and own my very own coffee shop, which 20 years later, I can say I live above and own my own coffee shop. So pretty cool, yes. So it was my dream, coming to the East Coast and made it happen. So if you'd like to hear more about my journey and my story, stop by the Bean and we'll sit and chat over coffee and I'll tell you all about it. But tonight, I want to say to all the candidates and to everyone in this room that dreams are real. We all have goals and dreams we want to achieve every day. Don't ever stop chasing those dreams. Don't give up, even if you start with something small, little, every day, and you put towards that dream. It just snowballs and snowballs, and it gets bigger and bigger. Show off that talent, that courage, the passion, and the love inside you, and let it shine. The world needs who you were made to be. I want to say that again. The world needs who you were made to be, whatever that looks like. If it makes you so ridiculously happy and can't keep a smile off your face every time you think about it, then that is the first sign it's meant to be. So go grab that dream and make it come true. So I'm very proud of our candidates tonight for all the ambitions and the motivations that they have and that they'll be doing and striving to do to not only better themselves, but their community as well. So now let's get to the fun part and get to the introductions. So, woo! All right. So, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce each of our 2022 Shad Derby candidates. All right, first we have Amanda Romero, Miss Rice Hardware, escorted by Luke Rice. All right, we have Adriana Mieses Sanchez, Miss Hairdresser on Fire, escorted by Jonathan Latimer. All right, we have Abby Hastings, Miss Hastings Tobacco, escorted by Avery Overstreet. got Brooklyn Walker, Miss being at 226, escorted by JJ Walcott. All right, we got Ainsley Sesquartis, Miss Curry Chiropractic, escorted by Ryan Stillman. All right, we got Emma Butterick, Miss Dr. Roberta Garcelle, escorted by Nathan Buska. All right, we got Ava Koistinen, Miss Rem Cells LLC, escorted by Jacob Whitesell. All right, we got Destiny Rowland, Miss Wilson Pizza Palace, escorted by Andre Prince. All right, we got Miranda Raymond, Miss Dr. Gagey and Dr. Anu, escorted by Anthony Riley. We have Amelia Levesque, Miss Tonks's Grill, escorted by Vaughn Peoples Hobson. All right, we got Taylor Filatico, Miss Trendsetter Salon, escorted by Breon Parker. We got Shannon Douglas, Miss Union Street Tavern, escorted by Prince Samuels. And we have Marina Enyukin, Miss Dom's Broad Street Eatery, escorted by Alex Enyukin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present to you the 2022 Shad Derby candidates. All right, each candidate tonight has prepared an essay in response to the following questions, prompts, all the good stuff. One is the famed primatologist Jane Goodall once said, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." As well as the prompt, tell us about a time when you feel you have made a difference in the lives of others and or the world around you. And in your future plans and goals, how do you see yourself making a difference in your community and the world at large? So we'll call them up. Yeah, all right. Sorry. Okay. So we are gonna start with Amanda Romero.
Good evening, everyone. Throughout my life, I have strived to make a difference in the world by starting within my community. I have been involved in many leadership roles during my lifetime. However, one of the biggest ones I have made an impact through is being a small group leader at my church. Through helping elementary students learn who they are, build community, and fellowship with one another has been a joy I've done over the past 4 years. Being in this role, I felt that I made a difference on the children by being a light of positivity and joy that they may not find at home or in other aspects of their life. I've had the opportunity to talk to them about their daily life events and support them when they felt like they didn't have anyone else. I've become a person they can trust and rely on, someone consistent and intentional in their lives. I have personal connections with many of these children, and I look forward to seeing them every week. I like to believe that what I do makes a difference, and I have to decide what kind of difference I want to make. When I think about the whole world and how I can impact others, it's certainly a big task, but I believe that touching one person's life can lead to the next person that they influence. Spreading kindness and joy may seem like something small, but that small act of kindness can change one person's life and have them impact someone else's. Our world can truly benefit from everyone making a difference where they are planted. My role is to act on this on a daily basis and encourage others to do the same. I will make sure to do this through continuing to serve at my church, at my school, the University of Connecticut, over the next 4 years, in my future job in the medical field, and anywhere that I interact with other individuals. Wherever I go in life and whatever I do, I will make sure to be this light in order to help the world at large. Thank you all for being here today, and a very special thank you to my sponsor, Rice Hardware, for allowing me to be here tonight. Enjoy the evening.
All right, next up we have Adriana Miesnes Sanchez with Miss Hairdresser on Fire.
Good evening. When I couldn't think of how I made a difference, I took a step back and realized a difference is as simple as a positive change in someone else's daily life. When looking at it this way, it's clear to see how much of an impact you can have on others. From tutoring friends in school to easing the stress of my fellow competitors at big meets, I made more of a difference than I ever thought possible. It's the little things that can accumulate into an actual change. In the fall, I will be attending the University of West Florida to study marine biology. As amazing as it would be to find a way to reverse all the harm done to our planet, it's just not possible. My goal is to study in areas I know I can make a difference in. Through internships, I will begin field research along with collecting data on how ecosystems are affected by climate change. I will continue this work through grad school until I can begin projects of my own. By better understanding the effects that we have on the environment, I can better help others understand the part they play and all the little differences they can make, leading to a meaningful impact within their own communities. Turning off the lights when leaving a room, or probably recycling trash, are a couple of these differences. These might seem small, but they have a lot of significance, just like the tips I give other divers at our meets. These acts might seem minute in the moment, but they have a lasting impact in the long run. A huge thanks to my sponsor, Hairdresser on Fire, and to all these ladies that have made this such a memorable experience. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, next up we have Abby Hastings, Miss Hastings Tobacco.
When I was younger, one of my favorite books was about how dogs had jobs. There were pictures of dogs working in the airport as parts of search teams and service dogs. It fascinated me because I thought of dogs as just cute and cuddly. My brother Thomas got his service dog Nash from Canine Companions in 2018. You might have seen Nash here tonight. Nash serves not only as a companion to Thomas, but helps him pick up things when he drops them, turn on and off lights, and open and close doors. Nash's role in Thomas's life has improved his mental health and his physical abilities. After witnessing the impact that Nash had on Thomas, I wanted to help change others' lives as well. Raising these dogs costs nearly $50,000, and the organization provides them free of charge. Last summer, I created a fundraising team as part of DogFest, the organization's largest fundraising event. I recruited my friends and family members to donate money and encourage others to do the same. Although I didn't raise $50,000, I made a difference in providing a dog to someone else. The puppy raisers who take care of the future service dogs for about the first year and a half of their lives are fundamental to the organization. Nash's puppy raiser was a college student. Next year at UConn, I want to establish a chapter of Canine Companions. It will allow for more and more dogs to be placed with those with disabilities and veterans. Doing something for others always makes you feel good about yourself, but putting in significant time and effort to provide something with a long-lasting impact on someone is truly one of the most rewarding experiences. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Hastings Tobacco, for the opportunity, and have a good evening.
All right, next up, we have Brooklyn Walker, Miss Thabina 226.
Sorry. Good evening. The true difference that I believe I made was in my cheerleading career. I started cheerleading at the age of 5, and as the years went on, I continued to gain a passion for cheerleading while learning many lessons. My sophomore year of high school, I decided to coach the Windsor Giants Mighty Might team. This would be my first coaching experience, and since I was working with kindergartens, it would become quite a challenge. Going into this experience, I knew that I wanted to help these little girls in every way possible, whether with cheerleading or life in general. During this season, I grew a special bond with a girl named Paulina. She started the season off to herself and new to cheerleading, just like me as a young cheerleader. I knew that I could help her break her shell. We worked on the sharpness in her voice and tumbling skills. By the end of the season, she was in the front row on game days calling cheers. I knew that my job was fulfilled, and she would be blossomed into a good cheerleader. When I would run into Paulina, she would always be so happy to see me and show her new skills. This experience developed my passion and how I view life through my lens, striving to make a difference. In my community, I will continue to be a vehicle helping youth achieve everything they set their minds to and start my very own marketing firm. While attending Howard University, I will receive my marketing degree, where I will offer yearly internships to the youth and work with companies that target the success of young leaders and entrepreneurs and so much more. My ultimate goal is to be the person who made a difference in the world. Thank you to my sponsor, the Bean at 226, and thank you everyone enjoying the evening.
All right, we have Ainsley Sasportas with Miss Curry, Chiropractic.
Good evening, everyone. For the past 3 summers, I've operated my own business in teaching private swim lessons in my own backyard. It started out as a way to channel my love for swimming into a job, but it has been so important to me and I've learned so much through this experience. I've watched my students grow and learn over these lessons, and I've seen the impact that I've made in their lives. One student I feel like I made a huge impact on was a nonverbal autistic boy. His parents had tried to find a lesson situation that would work for him, but were unable to do so. However, I was able to help him learn how to kick in the water, something he was never able to do before. I also taught him how to keep his face in the water safely and not be able to swallow water. I wasn't really sure how much I accomplished with him until his parents pulled me aside and told me how appreciative they were for the amazing progress that he had made. I had given him life skills, and I had given his family some confidence that he could be safe around water. While teaching swim lessons to children with all swimming abilities is definitely a good way to make some money, especially during the pandemic, it became one of the most valuable experiences in my life. I wasn't quite sure what I really wanted to do with my life, but I knew from teaching these lessons that I loved helping other people. Conversations with trusted educators at my school helped me realize that I wanted to be an expressional arts therapist. I want to be able to use the talents I've been given in the arts, theater, and creativity to help others work and cope through trauma and other mental illness. Thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you for the experience. It has truly been something I've been looking forward to as a lifelong Windsor resident. And thank you, Curry Chiropractic, for giving me this opportunity.
All right, next up we have Emma Butterick, Miss Dr. Roberta Garso.
Good evening, everyone. Making a difference seems like such a daunting task. So I asked my mom how I made a difference, and she couldn't think of anything. But I realized making a difference doesn't have to be changing the world. It can be helping your neighbor bring in groceries or holding the door open for someone. Every positive action you do has the potential to brighten someone's day. The little things are important because they can make a big difference to someone else. The biggest difference I have been able to make is through the friendships I have cultivated. A close friend of mine recently reminded me that when you choose your friends, you choose the people you believe you can rely on and trust to be there for you during difficult moments. Right now, that can look like attending a friend's softball game or telling a silly joke to make a friend feel better. Being a pillar of support for those I love truly brings me joy. In the future, as I consider what kind of impact I want to have, I hope to make a large-scale difference with whatever career I choose. But a real difference is the community you create and the people you surround yourself with. I hope to always be a friend who can support my people through the big and little things. Thank you to my family for being my support, and thank you to Dr. Garceau for being my sponsor.
All right, we have Ava Koistinen, Miss Rem Sells LLC.
Good evening. This past fall, I had the opportunity to serve the people of Hartford with my church. In full transparency, my desire to take part was minimal, but my friends being there was enough to motivate me to sign up. Shortly after, I found out my friends could no longer go. As it turns out, the morning of, I had a poor attitude, and my parents had to drag me there, figuratively that is. My team and I were assigned to clean the outside of Mercy House, a homeless shelter which provides housing and food for the people of Hartford. So here I am, serving in the community, doing something for others and making a difference. So I'm feeling great, right? Wrong. As I put my rake to the ground that had no leaves and barely any grass, I thought this day would never end. But that's when something changed. When I continued working, I noticed the men and women we were there to serve begin to smile and soak in what we were doing for them. Then I realized the people here call Mercy House their home, even if it is just temporary. Home should be a place that brings us comfort. In Mercy House, where I was working, the name itself means kindness and compassion for others. The fact is, not one of them told me how much I was impacting them, but when someone sees you doing something for them, someone you don't even know, it must have sent a message to them that they matter. When I think about my impact on others in the future, Mercy House reminds me that it doesn't have to be some grand plan, that life is not all about me and my feelings. It's about how we make others feel and showing them that they matter. Who knows what one interaction, smile, community service project will do to impact just one person moving forward. It could show just someone cares about them. It can make the difference in one person who changes the world. Thank you to my sponsor, Rem Sales, for giving me the opportunity to be here. Shout out to my escort, Jacob Whitesell, for being here, and thank you to all the girls for this great experience. Have a great evening.
All right, next up we have Destiny Rowland, Miss Wilson Pizza Palace.
I've made the biggest difference in my community as a coach for the Windsor Giants cheerleading team. When I first started cheerleading, I instantly fell in love with the sport, but I had always wished that I was learning from someone who looked like me, someone who was tall and on the chubbier side and athletic. All my coaches looked like my friends, either tall and small or short and petite. That brought down my confidence because I felt like they wouldn't understand where I was coming from. From that point on, I knew I wanted to become a junior coach. I didn't want little girls to feel how I felt. I wanted them to be comfortable, and I wanted them to have someone that they could look up to. So that's exactly what I did. Not only was I their coach, but I was someone that they could look up to, confide in, and trust. I loved it when they would come out to my games or my competitions to watch me, and watching them grow was truly amazing. I know that I've made a difference in these little girls' lives when they express to me how much they appreciate me or when they ask me to come back each year. Whether the difference I made in their lives was small or big, I know that I impacted them to do better and be better. I plan to continue making a difference by becoming an orthodontist and opening up my own practice in a community that can truly benefit from it. Growing up as a Black or brown kid or a minority in general, it's hard to get the dental care you need and deserve. I want to make dental care more accessible and affordable for kids, teens, or even adults who usually wouldn't be able to get it. With that being said, I want to thank my sponsor, Wilson Pizza Palace, and all of you for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, next up we have Miranda Raymond, Miss Dr. Ganji and Dr. Anu.
Good evening, everyone. I said good evening. Good evening. Thank you. I stand before you here tonight to share some important information about myself. I once heard, people don't trust information, they trust relationships. The more I thought about this statement, the more I realized the truth. Truth comes from built relationships. Yes, I can stand here and explain to you that I've achieved academic and athletic honors, but this information could get lost without the start of our relationship. So I've also tutored kids and fed the homeless, but this information wouldn't matter if I didn't make relationships along the way. It's the meaningful relationships that I've made with people in my community that make a difference. Born and raised here in Windsor, I have lifelong relationships. And yes, even with these beautiful contestants, friends, and teammates. Currently, I volunteer as a coach for a young soccer team. They look to me for advice and trust me to give them the foundation to build on their skill. This weekend, they won their third game together, and we shared in the success and strengthened our relationship. I'm going to Rutgers to major in communications and criminal justice. Ultimately, I wanted to investigate the inner workings of the world and publicly explain my feelings and use that information for a positive change. I will do this by building relationships. As I stand before you here, showing a small part of me built in our relationship, I must say thank you to Dr. Ganji and Dr. Nu, because we all know that epic relationships start with a smile. Now, with that being said, I hope I've earned your trust. Good evening.
All right, next we have Amelia Levesque, Miss Tunks's Grill.
Good evening. About 5 years ago, my brother started a lawn mowing business. I looked up to him and found it inspiring that he was doing this at the age of 15. He soon started to become very busy and his schedule started to fill up, so I started to help him out. Before I knew it, I had basically taken over. The business started off with about 3 lawns a week, but soon grew into something that I never would have expected. It was clear to see that I made a positive impact in these people's lives by doing simple tasks. They grew to trust me after seeing me every week, and they shared that trust with others. This helped me expand my brother's business into something that I never would have expected. I now do 9 lawns a week, along with raking, painting, moving furniture, and house sitting. I prove my responsibility through these tasks, furthermore gaining trust. When looking back, I've realized that I've made an impact in their personal lives, not just lawn care. Many of my neighbors have told me that they appreciate how much thought I put into the lawn, as well as the companionship that I've given them. I have been someone that they can trust and rely on, and these qualities are something that's important in building a community. I know I will draw on these experiences in healthcare. My goal is to make people feel better, and whether that's through lawn care or in healthcare. After living through the pandemic, I have seen the need for nurses. I never want anyone to not be cared for. By entering the healthcare field, I will have the opportunity to help people in need, and as long as I'm helping one person, I will know that I would have made a difference in the world around me. I would like to thank my sponsor, Tunxus Grill, for this amazing opportunity, and I will never forget the memories that I've made with these girls. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Taylor Filatico, Miss Trendsetter Salon.
If you're interested in learning some of what we learned today, check out the link I posted in Google Classroom. That's what my psychology teacher told me last May, about a year ago. If you've ever participated in online school, you'd know you'd never spend more time on your Chromebook than you need to. However, I'm face to face with this link regarding an ADHD study at Hartford Hospital, and I was so close to closing my Chromebook. And my heart was willing me just go outside, but I didn't, and I'm grateful. I spent approximately 10 hours participating in the research between interviews, pre-scan activities, and the MRI itself. Specifically, my MRI focused on the reward center of my brain, tracking which areas were activated when I won or lost assigned activities. My brain scan, to this day, is being used as a control variable to compare against those with ADHD partaking in the same study. Although my scan alone took all of about an hour or so to complete, the most rewarding part of my study is knowing that I was able to make a difference in the research department for years to follow. The day I put on those scrubs for my MRI, well, let's just say they were more than fitting. It felt like I was in uniform in a way, or put on the right dress. Even before my scan took place, I knew I was heading in the right direction. As I plan to study bio and anatomy at Bates, I plan to continue making a difference in the world of science by leading my own research projects. Though my ultimate goal is that my research produces effective results, I also hope to be able to connect and inspire with volunteers like myself. Special shout out to Trendsetters for allowing me this opportunity in the Shad this year. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Marina and Yakin, Miss Dom's Broad Street Eatery.
When I think of someone who has made a difference in their community and in the world, I think of my cousin, Alexandra Scott. She was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, and she wanted to help children just like her who had cancer. She had her first lemonade stand to help raise money, and with that, Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation was created. Before she passed away at 8 years old, she raised $1 million. Since then, my aunt and uncle have taken over the organization and kept it going. I've been involved with the organization, but my sophomore year, I got the opportunity to go down to the foundation in Pennsylvania and volunteer. I did numerous tasks when I was there, and it was an eye-opening experience. By volunteering, I got to help in the organization which takes a step to cure childhood cancer, a worldwide problem. There are even children in Windsor who have been affected by childhood cancer. Along with that, I started to spread the word. Overall, it made me involved in the process of helping kids like my cousin. In the future, I see myself making a difference in my community and the world at large by continuing to stay involved in my cousin's foundation, by volunteering and spreading the word. I will also do whatever I can to make a difference in Connecticut by having lemonade stands. I want to be a part of the organization by finding a cure for childhood cancer, just like my cousin dreamed could happen. Thank you to my sponsor, Dom's Broad Street Eatery, and thank you to my escort, Alex. And I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.
please welcome up Shannon Douglas, Miss Union Street Tavern.
Good evening, everyone. As an ambitious and career-minded young woman, one of the things I've become aware of is that women are underrepresented in the fields of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I've really enjoyed my schoolwork in classes like these, including multivariable calculus and environmental science. Knowing that there are a lack of women role models in these areas, I wanted to do something to help make a small difference in my own way. So this semester of my senior year, even though it was enticing to have only 3 classes on my schedule, I instead volunteered to tutor in the math lab during my study hall. I helped students from all grades with subjects like geometry, statistics, and algebra, anything but calculus. Oftentimes, kids came in who were frustrated and have given up on understanding whatever 2-inch thick packet their teacher had handed them. I enjoyed being able to help them grasp the concepts, and when they could start working on problems without my help, I knew that I had done my job. Tutoring has been fun and rewarding. I was grateful to act as a role model for other students, especially being a woman, helping other young women succeed. In my future, I plan to go into the field of STEM, double majoring in business analytics and environmental science at the University of Vermont. My goal is to improve the sustainability of local and large-scale businesses and hopefully start my own. These fields of work, which are typically occupied by a majority of men, need more women in them. And I'm excited to begin my studies this fall and succeed in the fields of business and science. I hope I can continue to motivate and inspire young women like I did this school year. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Union Street Tavern, for this experience.
All right, thank you to our candidates and our judges. The judges will now leave the room to determine the winners. We would now like to invite the candidates and their escorts to enjoy the first dance. After the first song, we want all of you to dance, okay? Every single person in this room is gonna dance, and I will be at you. So, okay, let's get started.
All right. At this time, everybody, make your way to the dance floor. You know the song. You know the dance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you return to your seats so that we may continue the program. Cupid, shuffle. Cupid, the shuffle, the shuffle, the Cupid. Just kidding. A little side entertainment. All right. We're good. All right, so at this time, I would ask the candidates to re-enter the room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again our 2022 Shad Derby candidates. All right, now please join me in welcoming Sarah Latimer, the 2019 recipient of the Mary Ellen Messina and Vincent Scully Award. Sarah Latimer graduated from Windsor High School in 2019. That year, she competed as one of the Queen candidates and won the Mary Ellen Messina Award for Community Service and Vincent Scully Award. Since 2019, Sarah has been attending the Pennsylvania State University and plans to graduate next year with a degree in nursing. Thank you for joining us, Sarah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and giving me this opportunity. I'm really honored to come back and be part of tonight's event.
All right, thank you, Sarah. I would like to introduce and welcome up the official auditor for the 2022 Shad Derby, Timothy Carmen.
Good evening. In my hand, I have the results of the 2022 Shad Derby Queens contestant. The Mariella Messina Award, the Vince Scully Memorial Award, Miss Congeniality, Second Princess, First Princess, Princess Royale, and the Queen. As the auditor for the Shad Derby, it's been my job to remain independent of the judges and the contestants, tabulate the judges' scores after each event, and present the winner to Mel at tonight's event. I'm grateful that the committee asked me back again this year, as it's been a privilege to listen to these 13 young ladies talk about their diverse talents, backgrounds, and experiences. Every year I take away something from what the contestants share, and it helps me to reflect on my own life. Realizing that I'm what stands between you and the winners being announced, I'm going to take just a few minutes to walk through how each of these awards is determined. The Mariella Messina Award is determined by the judges based on an essay written by each contestant. The judge looks at the content of the essay and how well each contestant expressed themselves in their community service involvement. The Vince Scully Memorial Award is given to the contestant who demonstrated their support and involvement throughout this year's Shad Derby events and most closely encapsulated the spirit and dedication Vince had for this timeless tradition. Miss Congeniality is awarded to the contestant who has received the most number of votes from among her peers. Each of the contestants was asked to cast one vote on who they believed was most deserving of the title Miss Congeniality. The individual with the most votes will be honored as the favorite among her peers. And the winner of Miss Congeniality is going to be announced in a few minutes. I've done that multiple times and it seems to always work, so.
I was like, wait, that's my part.
The next four honors are awarded to the top four contestants who have received the highest number of votes from the judges throughout the process. The scores are comprised of 3 judges' votes over 3 separate nights, this being that final night. I want to take you back to a night in early March. The contestants met with the judges for the first time and were asked to give a 1-minute speech about themselves and about their interests. We heard about love for swimming, diving, lacrosse, STEM, sustainability, cheerleading, aquaponics, and broadcasting. Did I get that right? Aquaponics? They spoke of working in the fields, personal and family medical challenges, losing loved ones, starting their own business, and finding a passion for the arts. And most of all, some shared about their struggles, their disappointments, their successes, and their support system. Many of you here tonight. These speeches introduced these young ladies as they are and proved to the judges that this was going to be another tough year. This round comprised 15% of the contestants' overall score and was based on the presentation of the speech, their poise, and appearance. In late March, the second round kicked off at Windsor High School. This comprised 60% of the contestants' overall score. Each candidate met individually with a panel of judges for 10 to 15 minutes, doing a question and answer session. Each candidate was asked 4 questions. What have past generations done that impact you? And what would you do to correct it? How do you define success? On the topic of social media, what do you use? How has it been helpful, detrimental, and what advice would you give the parents of today? And finally, what 3 things would you tell your 5-year-old self? What do you think they talked about? How would you have answered those questions? Would you have talked about the importance of community, climate change, the need for more democracies around the world, being respectful of others' opinions, gender equality, treating people fairly, renewable resources, focus on mental health, affordable college in the face of inflation? Would you have said those things? Because that's what they talked about. The biggest insight that night came from their advice to their 5-year-old selves, and I'll share a couple of them. Don't care about what others think. Don't let those around you influence what you do. Be happy. Try new things. Don't let failure define you. You never know what others are going through. Be positive. Everything will work out in the end. Be more confident. Make friends. Be kind to your parents. They're there to help you. They're not your enemy. Listen to your instincts. You don't need to be good at everything. Choose peace over everything. Have fun. Enjoy life. Don't worry about what others think. People should like you for who you are. Stay away from the drama. Be more empathetic. You are strong and beautiful the way you are. Relax. Take a deep breath. And the one most relevant to me, taking care of dogs is hard work. All of the contestants used their time with the judges as an opportunity to open the door to their lives a little wider, allowing the judges to get a glimmer into who these young ladies are. Each judge then scored based on community and school involvement, outside interests, knowledge of current events, appearance, poise, personality, and attitude. And finally, the culmination of all the judging was tonight. Each contestant was asked to write an essay and present it as you heard. Each judge has cast their final vote, and this is the last 25% of the overall score. As you can see tonight, we've learned more about this future generation. As we've heard in their speeches, and as the judges and I heard throughout the competition, these young ladies all have stories that we can all learn from. As you may have noted in my bio, I've been doing this for a number of years, and you don't do something for a while without some hitches coming up. And 12 years ago, I remember a conversation I was having with Shannon Rabbit about my ability to actually be at the ball to present the winner, because my wife was 9 months pregnant. My daughter was going to be born within a few days of the event, so we had to have contingency plans. And thankfully, we didn't need to use them. But a few days later, my daughter was born, and I'm grateful that she's actually here tonight with me, 12 years later. And over the past 12 years since she's been born, I've come to these events and listened to all the speeches, and people talk about their hopes, their dreams, and their experiences, and what we can all learn from them. And I'm grateful that she can come and see you all and hear all the things that you had to say and all your inspiring stories. What great examples you are to those that will come after you. We should all be proud of you and proud of the many people in this room whose support and encouragement has helped to mold you into the people you are today. And to have a program like the Shad Derby going for over 55 years, and to build a tradition that's so ingrained in the community that young people look to this night with anticipation and excitement for years, to one day stand where you all are, is unique, but it's wonderful. To have a community full of businesses and organizations like the ones in this room to help showcase the talent of its residents is unfortunately not too common. So I thank you all for your support of the Shad Derby, for supporting these young ladies, and allowing all of us to see the amazing things that this next generation has to offer. Thank you all.
All right, now I'd like like to invite our Shad Derby chair, Emily Thompson, back to the podium to present the Vincent Scully Memorial Award.
Thank you. This Community Service Award is named in honor of Vincent Scully, a longtime Windsor resident, business owner, past festival chair, and 30-year sponsor of the Shad Derby Queens candidate. It's awarded to the candidate who obtains the largest number of participants for the Shad Derby bowling fundraiser that took place on April 3rd this year. In keeping with Mr. Scully's drive ambition to always strive for excellence, the winner of the Vincent Scully Community Service Award is Emma Butterick.
Congratulations. I would like to welcome Maria Furlow to present the Windsor Junior Women's Club Mary Ellen Messina Award.
Can't see without them. Whew. After the Dougie, I'm back. I survived. All right. Each year at the Coronation Ball, the Windsor Junior Women's Club honors a candidate in the Shad Derby Queens competition. We bestow this Community Involvement Award to the candidate who best exemplifies a great regard for involvement in the Windsor community. In 1969, Mary Ellis Messina spearheaded the charter group of the Windsor Juniors on a path of service, fundraising, and community awareness. Her contributions to the people of Windsor illustrated a deep commitment to community and enhanced the quality of life in our town. Windsor Junior continues to keep her sense of community alive by bestowing this award in her memory. I've waited all my life for this moment. The winner of the Mary Ellen Messina Award is Amelia Levesky.
Congratulations. All right, so the Shad Derby tradition is kept alive through generous donations from many local businesses. These wonderful contributors are listed in the Coronation Ball program. It is due to the generosity of these supporters and each of the candidates' sponsors that we are able to present the 2022 Shad Derby Queen and their court wonderful gifts and awards. So here we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Congeniality. Miss Congeniality is an award that is selected by the candidates themselves. The 2022 Shad Derby Miss Congeniality is... I feel like I'm at the Oscars. All right. Amanda Romero. Congratulations! All right, we are on to the second princess. The second princess will receive a beautiful personalized necklace in addition to their Shad Derby award. The 2022 Shad Derby second princess is Emma Butterick. Congratulations. All right, we're on to first princess. The first princess will receive a beautiful personalized necklace, Shad Derby pendant, in addition to their Shad Derby award. The 2022 Shad Derby first princess is Ainsley Sasportes. Congratulations. And now we're on to Princess Royale. The Princess Royale will receive a beautifully engraved Shad Derby pendant in addition to their Shad Derby award. The 2022 Princess Royale is Taylor Velatico. Congratulations. All right, so the 2022 Shad Derby Queen will receive a Shad Derby award, a beautifully engraved Shad Derby necklace donated and made by Jamaica Cost, and a beautiful tiara donated by Ashley's Distinctive Jewelry and Gifts, courtesy of Jewelers of America, Inc. So ladies and gentlemen, what we've been waiting for. The 2022 Shad Derby Queen. I hold the answers. I hold the answer, guys. All right, Shad Derby Queen is Shannon I know we're all super excited, but please remain seated while our Queen's parents and sponsor come to the stage. Afterward, you'll be invited to share in the celebration. Once again, congratulations to the 2022 Shad Derby Queen and her court. On behalf of the Windsor Junior Women's Club, thank you all for coming out. Enjoy the rest of the evening.